So Sophie Cunningham is back with the Indiana Fever. I do apologize for being late to this news. The reason why I'm late to this news, obviously, you can see I'm a little bit all over the place. I made a video a while ago, and it was up for about 45 minutes before she signed. She signed about like 5 minutes after I made this video. And I stand by this. I'm not taking down the original video because I literally said in the video that the sticking point is length of contract, and there is a good and Sophie Cunningham near certainly is coming back. We are working off the assumption that Sophie is coming back to the Fever, and I will say this: the next video I made is talking about another free agency signing, and it is also working off the assumption that Sophie's back. I think everything I said in the video is that the reason why it's stalled is because they need to see how much money they can give her to sign somebody else. I'm guessing that the final piece to the Fever are going to make one more. I'm not going to call it a splash signing, but like they're going to make one more signing that's like one more rotational piece signing before the draft. But Sophie, I have a feeling it's going to be another special season, so I'm excited to get things started and, of course, keep playing in front of the best fans in the WNBA. So let's take a listen to what the Fever have said.
Sophie Cunningham's return to Indiana provides the Fever a key boost at guard depth, bringing back one of the league's premier shooters and instant momentum swingers in the WNBA. Due to injuries, Cunningham was never able to fully display what she was capable of in year.
I mean, we can say that, but like, until she picked up that last injury, obviously she rolled her ankle twice, but until she picked up the knee injury, like there was a spell of maybe 8 or 9 games where Sophie Cunningham was the Indiana Fever's second best player after Kelsey Mitchell. Like there was a spell, like for a large chunk, when she took over as the starter from Lexi, even before that, there was a legitimate spell right after the Commissioner's Cup before her injury where she was easily the third best player on the Fever. There was like a decent spell where I felt like she was the second best player because it was like, and she didn't have a bad game. Like, if you look at her game log before she got injured, look at this stretch of games. 8, 14, 16, 18 on ridiculous shooting, by the way. On stupidly good shooting. 80%, 50%, 62%, 50, 50, 50 from 3. Like, that is what she did until she got injured. So 8, 14, 16, 18, 8, 17, 6, 12, 5, 15, 15, 12, 11, 13, 16. From that, in that huge spell, until she got injured, she was easily the third best player on the team. Because again, Caitlin was only healthy for 3 of those games. She was easily the third best player on the team. So I know people are saying, "Oh, like, we didn't get to see the best of Sophie Cunningham," but there was like a 15-game spell where she was playing the best basketball of her career. Because like even when in Phoenix, when she was averaging more points, they were on bad teams.
One in Indiana, 2 May ankle injuries kept her from getting off to the start she wanted. And then, quite simply, she morphed into perhaps the league's best shooter over more than a month's time. From July 11th through August 15th,
yeah,
Cunningham shot an absolutely scalding 53% from the three-point.
Yep, led the league, and I wouldn't be surprised if she's on close to $1 million, by the way.
Point line. She was the top 3-point shooter in the WNBA over that time, with a minimum of 30 attempts. The unfortunate injury bug was the only thing capable of keeping her down in 2025. Cunningham is well known for her lay-it-on-the-line, fiery style of play. Whether that's knocking down threes on offense, forcing turnovers with her aggressive defense, or not being afraid to have her teammates back.
Wow, the Fever said that? Wow, okay.
Cunningham brings back an unmistakable relentlessness to the Indiana Fever. She truly is one of one. Welcome back to Indiana, Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah, like that's a big re-signing. That is a big re-signing in my opinion, and it's all sorted. So, like Sophie Cunningham being re-signed just means that everything's sorted. We don't need to worry about anything. And also, we don't need to worry about a poison pill contract. It's 1 year. It's 1 year. The Fever, I got to give the Fever front office credit. It seems like they learned from their mistakes last year. They tried to build a little bit too early last year. And to be fair, you could do that because you could be short-sighted because everyone becomes a free agent following year. But I feel like trading that, like, could you imagine if this team had Sanaya Rivers? Or if this team had Zaza James? Or if this team had Tahina Pau, or any of those players? Like, this team would be in a much better state on a cost control rookie deal for 4 more years. Like, trading that 8th pick was very short-sighted. Like, it was very, very short-sighted. It is genuinely it is a big, big thing. And the Sophie Cunningham, like, re-signing on a 1-year deal is so important. Because, one, the Fever can run it back for another year. And what that means is if the Fever want to run it back again, they can. If these players want to get, want to go and play long-term for the Indiana Fever, they can. Like, the Fever can organize it next season. But, like, I understand from a player's perspective. And now I understand why a lot of big names aren't wanting to go to Fever. Because the Fever are refusing to hand out 2016 NBA poison pill contracts. They're not throwing $1 million at Jess Shepard. My guess is that they're bringing in Mo Billings because Mo Billings has been historically underrated. I wouldn't be surprised if Mo Billings is on a multi-year cheap deal because she's somebody that, by the way, was on hardships a year ago or 2 years ago. Ty Harris is coming off a full season injury and is probably like, look, I can play for Steph White. I can play for Steph White for a year as a backup. I can get my stock up and then I can sign another big contract. She's probably on a 1-year deal. That would be my guess. At the same time, like, I'd have no idea what the Fever are going to do with the rest of their roster. Like, Temi makes the most sense. I'll talk about that in a video later. But, like, having Sophie in there is big. The Fever bringing Sophie Cunningham back. The contract was mad with... How late am I to this? 57 minutes late. The Fever have re-signed Sophie. So I am a little bit late here. But this is an important signing. This is a really important signing because you need shooting. As much as people are like, oh, she's a bad point of attack defender, she's a disciplined defender. Like, she can't guard speed, but what she can do is she can guard slower players that are crafty. Like, she can guard Paige Bueckers. And I'm not saying Paige is slow, but I'm like, she couldn't guard Alicia Gray, but she can guard Paige. She can guard crafty players. Players that you need to be disciplined on, she can guard. Like, she couldn't guard Kelsey Mitchell, obviously. But, like, hypothetically, she probably could do a decent enough job on a Caitlin Clark. So she is an important piece. A really, really, really important piece for the Indiana Fever. And, yeah, bringing her back is big. So anyway, yeah. Obviously, the video, 15 minutes later, after I posted a video saying they hadn't signed her and basically said she's coming back, but they just haven't come to a fee yet. Obviously, they have. And it's good that they have her. Anyway, see you guys.